Pisces, welcome. This is your weekly reading. I do not know what I'm going to call it yet, what I'm going to name it, until we see what messages we get. So let's look and see what messages do we... Oh my goodness. Just lie down, honey. What messages do we have for Pisces for this week? I'm going to do a Celtic cross. All right. Your energy. We have the Page of Swords. What crosses you? The Magician. The bottom of it all, the Nine of Cups, recent past, Four of Cups, the goal, near future, the situation, external influences, hopes and fears, and the potential outcome. Very nice. Okay, so your energy, we have the Page of Swords. Maybe study, you know, a student energy, could include the internet. Pages are, new, small, younger, so it could be like young, fresh, new energy. So this energy could be acknowledging you as someone who's learning, someone who's growing. I would say that it encourages you to continue on your path, whether you are, in like traditional school or training, or whether it's like personal growth. I feel like these changes are being acknowledged in you, and you're being encouraged to, continue on with that growth, with that fresh perspective. You may have a fresh perspective on things for a specific reason. We have the Magician. Power, skill, focus, creation. This tells me whatever your goals are, and swords are also about communication. It could have to do with communication, literally, like a YouTube channel or something like that, or you could just be trying to learn, okay, to be a better communicator in your relationship. And with the Magician, it shows you have the tools and resources to manifest, whatever it is that you want. So I'm getting a double message of taking initiative and applying your skills, like focus on this. You do. You have the tools and the resources. Pardon me. And if you feel like you don't, the message is you do, or you will. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups. The nines. Nines are about growth. I call it like a self card. I show here you like being happy. It's the Nine of Cups is like the mini star card, the wishes and the dreams come true. Oh, geez. Thanks so much for that. Don't know if you heard that car. The message that I'm getting, Pisces, is celebrate. Celebrate whatever it is that has come true. True. Celebrate that. Enjoy it. So we see something kind of at the bottom of this, energy, the basis of this. We see it coming true through your hard work and effort. Could be. Now with the Four of Cups in your past or what's leaving, we have the Four of Cups. And I feel like this is dissatisfaction. I feel like you have been focusing too much on what you don't have or what you're unhappy with. Like you've gotten to a point where, you know, maybe you've achieved a lot and you're not happy with it anymore. Or with your new goals to study and to learn and to grow, you know, whether professionally, spiritually, you know, whatever, you've become unhappy with what you have. And my message to you for this next week, Pisces, would be to be thankful for what you have, to show gratitude for it. Just because you don't have everything that you want or feel like you deserve, you shouldn't, you know, push aside all that you do have. In fact, that kind of energy can make you miss opportunities. The message here is keep your eye out for opportunities and be grateful for what you have this week, Pisces. Remember, the grass is not always greener on the other side. If you compare yourself to someone else, they say don't compare. But sometimes it's good to compare yourself to people who don't have very much to show you how grateful you could be, you should be. So, the main message, and I think what you're letting go of, is dissatisfaction, focusing on more on what you don't have or what you don't want. And when you put the focus over there, we miss opportunities. When you put the focus, you know, that way. So beautiful. We have the Empress. Kind of your goal, or what the whole thing is, you know, what you're striving for. The Empress is about abundance, nurturing, creativity. The whole kind of this row here is all about focusing on, you know, growth, self-care, getting out of a rut, Pisces, getting out of the rut, focusing on growth, self-care, supporting others. It's time to focus on projects that we heard about in this row here. It's time to focus on projects that, you know, creative projects that, you know, bring life to something, whether it is a new project, a budding relationship, and it doesn't have to be a love relationship. Focus on that which is creative and nurturing and creates abundance, brings abundance in, not that what focuses on what you don't have. Now, we've got the Three of Wands for the future, the near future, or what's coming in. Three of Wands, it's about dreaming, you know, daring to dream, strategizing, planning, It's also about putting energy into something, working on something. I think the message is this next week, continue to work on this thing. Continue to put energy into whatever this positive endeavor is. Continue. Carry on. I just heard, carry on, my wayward son. I feel like with the Hanged Man, you feel maybe stuck. Or maybe you just need to see things in a different light. One of the main cards in this spread about seeing things in a different light is the Four of Cups. To turn your head not to the past but to the future, and to be thankful for what you've built and what Spirit, universe, God has given you. Turn your head this way so that you can see the opportunities. With the Hanged Man, if you are feeling in a rut, if you are feeling down, the message is maybe it's time to take a step back and look at things differently. Take a pause. Take a pause for the cause. Carry on. Keep on with this pursuit for enlightenment, a new project, a new relationship, because we've got the Nine of Cups and the Empress. I mean, who knows? This will be different for all of you. So yeah, carry on, but maybe take a pause. If you find yourself still focusing on what it is that you don't have. That's what I feel like. I feel like you need to let go of control, maybe. Yeah, I feel like maybe you need to let go of control. Surrender. If you're, maybe the timeline, that just popped in my head. Maybe you're not enjoying the timeline. Maybe you have been working on something for a long, long time, and you're not still, enjoying the fruits of your labors, as it were. Try and let go of control. Let it be. Go with the flow. That's the message that I'm getting. External energy is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about, improving your abilities. And that's the energy that we got here. Be the student. Have a fresh, outlook. You have all the tools to create whatever it is that you want. And I feel like it's a very creative project, or maybe a love relationship. Or if it's any other kind of relationship, really focusing on, maybe it's focusing on getting new friends, or mending a relationship with a friend or a family member. Something like that. But other people, other circumstances, yeah, it's about improving your abilities. This is another card of, carry on, hang in there, do the work. Okay? And we do have a lot of that. The Magician, you have everything you need. The Three of Wands. Continue. Hopes and fears. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight in the deck. In this deck, some decks, the horse is not even, moving. But in this deck, the horse does have a foot up, and it looks like the horse is moving. Also, the person is walking forward, and it looks like they're planting, seeds. Because the pentacles are, part of them are getting buried into the dirt. So it's like planting seeds for the future, if you will. So this is about slow and steady progress. Yeah, that's the message that I'm getting. Slow and steady wins the race, Pisces. Hang in there. You know, another good message that I just got with the Four of Cups is, if you've really been working on something and you thought you had reached the pinnacle and your dreams had come true, but something threw a wrench into it and it's not exactly as you thought it was, there's this thing called entropy. You know, it's like the honeymoon phase. So you get married and, oh, you know, you spent a year planning it, or, you know, whatever. That wouldn't be me. But you spend a long time planning it, and you make the wedding everything, you know, that you want it to be. And then you're married and you go on your honeymoon, and say, you know, the first year, and you're still learning each other, and you're still getting a lot of attention from people, and you got a lot of presents and, you know, all that, right? And then maybe a year or 2 or 3, however long it takes, and the honeymoon phase is over, and then it's like you wake up and you look at the person and you're like, okay, what now? It's like entropy. It's like the natural wearing down of things. The excitement ends, that kind of an energy. And you can still keep excitement going, but it's like the wearing down of the newness of something. And that's the energy that I'm getting, is that you need to work on that. Stick to your plan and stay consistent. Entropy happens. You can't be in the honeymoon phase for the whole thing. Okay. And then the potential outcome, we have the Two of Cups. Partnership, love, maybe decisions. This could be an opportunity for partnership for you, whether in love, whether in business. Again, whatever it is that you're trying to build, entrepreneurship, a new job, love relationship, a really good friend relationship. And I think the answer here is, you have everything that you need to get what you want. And it will happen, but you can't give up on it. You have to carry on. Slow and steady wins the race. And that's the message that I have for you this week, Pisces. Nothing too earth-shattering. Just know that the honeymoon phase doesn't and can't and won't last forever. And then sometimes it just gets down to the art and the act of living. And we have to learn how to keep the excitement alive for life, for the relationship, for the job, for the quest, you know, whatever the thing is. You gotta keep it alive. So this is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.